Hello, welcome to the course BUSM 4192 Introduction to Management. I want to spend a little bit of time explaining to you why we have this course in the program and what you might expect as you study the course over the semester. So by its name, Introduction to Management, it's actually an introduction to the concepts of management. And we'll be looking at managers, managing and management as three kind of key themes or concepts that run through the course. You'll see that there's quite an eclectic mix of topics covered. Why do we do that? Well, because it's a foundation course, we need to give you a feel for all the different aspects of management. So at first it might seem a bit disjointed or confusing, but there is a logic to it. And as you go through the course, we'll explain for each topic why that is relevant to you as budding managers. Some of you are doing a management degree, so this is quite central to your studies. Many of you are doing another degree where this is the one course in management that you'll study. If that's the case, what you should get out of the course is this basic understanding of management. And for those doing the management degree, it's a foundation for further studies. When you look through the selection of topics, and there are 11 in this course, you'll see that we progress through the ideas of, I guess, the principles of management, a little about the history of management, where it's come from, how it's evolved. We then move on to looking at managers in the workplace. What are some of the key issues and principles and concepts that managers deal with? And then we end up with the concept of management. What is it that managers do in organisations to create better outcomes for organisations? For the course, we have introduced a case study, and in your case, it is the case of Jetstar Asia, a low-cost carrier in your part of the world. The reason we have a case study is that we want to give you some kind of context or foundation or linking point for the theory to practice. So we're going to ask you to look at Jetstar Asia, look at different aspects of its management, particularly in relation to the topics that we'll cover in this course. And as you go through each of your lectures, your lecturers will talk to you about the relevance of that topic to Jetstar. At the end of semester on your exam, we'll ask you questions about Jetstar and ask you to apply the theory and practice you've learnt from this course to some issues in relation to Jetstar. It may be that we create scenarios. For example, we might say, Jetstar wants to do the following. How would you suggest they proceed? Or Jetstar has a problem with, and how would you solve it? So the case study carries right through the course, and it's important to get to grips with the company early on in your studies. We don't expect you to become pilots or Richard Branson's, for example, but we do expect you to have a fair understanding of the way that organisations like a low-cost carrier work. Now, the online tests are designed to test your knowledge, in fact your memory of topics covered in the course. They're all done online via My RMIT, and we give you typically a 2-day window to complete the test. Now, you don't get 2 days, you get a time within 2 days. We'll explain the details of this in class, but to get you started, consider what you've learnt in the lectures and what you've read from your textbook and wider reading. What kind of basic facts should you know from that topic? They're the kinds of things we'll ask you in the multiple choice tests online. There are 4, so you've got a chance to improve as you go along, and those multiple choice tests online contribute quite a substantial part of your overall course marks. So it is important to take them seriously, and we'll explore after each lecture the key concepts, the key topics, and what might be relevant to take through to the test. In this course, we have an assessment task called the essay, and basically what we're asking you to do in a very short essay is to summarise a topic from the course. We'll choose a topic that is early on in the course because we want you to have time to think it through and to perhaps produce some drafts and talk among yourselves about how best to phrase it. But basically the essay is your first attempt at writing in an academic way for many of you. So we do understand you'll make mistakes and we'll be there to support you. The key issues are going to be, have you adequately summarised the concept or the idea or the theorist? Have you properly referenced? Now, referencing is a really important critical skill for university students. So if you don't reference properly, you will not do well. So it's very, very important that you go back again and again and look at the referencing techniques that are available to you on My RMIT, and also ask your lecturers how best to reference your work.